because I always wondered, like, in what way. Somebody go to Revelations 13 and just jump to the point. I think it's 16.
No problem. It's Revelation 13 and 16.
Yep.
And he calls it all, both small and great, which are poor, free, and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
Right. So I always wondered how the Lord was gonna pull it off. How how would it like work out? And little did I know that they would make, cause for instance, right? There's a pandemic going on, right? How do you say no to a pandemic? How do you say no? You don't have really any axe to grind.
Yeah.
And I was always wondering, like, what would Esau do to put people in that mindset? And that's what it was, man. He created something where people could be in fear of all the sicknesses that were going on, and to prevent themselves from getting sick. Cause I know this guy at my job, man. We call him Mr. Logic because he's staunch in logistics. It has to make sense in order for him to do it. And I was like, "Are you gonna take it?" And he laughed. Not the first one, because his thing was, look, it can't be ready, right. And that's really that's logic. That's a logical thing. It can't be ready, and I'm not gonna be the test dummy. You're not gonna make me the pin cushion. I gotta wait. I'll wait to see what everybody else does, right? And he just came back from getting his second one, and I said to him, I go, well, it's interesting, like, why'd you change your mind? And his thing is, my mom is sick and whatnot, and he got his mom is up there in age, and he takes care of her, so he's afraid that he doesn't want to get her sick, which is a noble thing, right? But my thing is, your mom lived a full life. She's in her 80s. She's about to die any minute.
Exactly.
You gonna take a chance that's gonna die let's say that's your logic, right? You took it because you didn't want to get your mom sick. Let's say your mom died tomorrow. Now what? Now you stuck because you already did it, right? But let's read it again.
He said and he calls it all, both
Go up a little bit.
He says going with verse 15.
Yep.
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
Yep.
That the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Right, should be killed. Because imagine that, right? The circumstances are set for it. You can be punished heavily for not, like right now, what you're starting to see is you can't fly without proof of. It's sad that we got to do that, right?
Yeah, we have
but it just goes to show, like, they've never. What happened to freedom of speech? Yeah. My thing is.
Tyranny.
Here's the thing. If something is true, let me say whatever I want to say, because nothing I can say, if it's true, can break it down in any way. If what you have is sound, right, and it's going through all these tests and all the experiments, and you have good intent by what you're trying to give me, let me say what I want to say. Because give me Acts 5:38. I'll tell you the principle behind that.
Acts chapter 5 verse 38.
Yep.
And now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone. For if this counsel, this will be of men, it will come to naught.
Right.
But if it be of the Most High Yahweh, ye cannot overthrow it.
This is our philosophy, right? We don't stop people when they come up here. We don't stop them from saying what they want to say. Even if you take last week into consideration, we even give people the stage, and we let them say whatever they want to say, right? Because we know at the end of the day, one, they're gonna stomp away in defeat, or whatever they say, it doesn't have any soundness to it. There's no foundation to it, so we know they're gonna lose anyway. So we give them the stage. Say what you want to say, just like he said. Let them alone. If this thing is of men, it's going to come to naught. But it's of the Heavenly Father. You can't overthrow it. You can't overthrow it. So if it's real, if what you have is real, let me say what I want to say about it. Right? Like nobody can, like, you never see, it's funny, they'll talk about gay shaming, right? Gay bashing. You never hear heterosexual people say, stop bashing me for being heterosexual. Right? Because I am what I am. It's sound. It stands the test of time. Right? But homosexuality doesn't. This is why they don't want it to be scrutinized. Because if you scrutinize it, people are going to go, oh, damn, you're right. That's a good point. oh, maybe I should stop doing it, or maybe I should stay away from it, or maybe it is wrong, right? So this is why they tell you don't slut shame and don't gay bash and don't shame and all these things, because they don't stand the test of time. They don't stand against public scrutiny. So that's why they tell you not to do. Shame you for shaming them. What are you? This is 2021. You're not progressive. You're not progressive enough. Well, all right, well then fine. But don't tell me I can't say what I want to say. Don't take my freedom of speech from me. If what you say is right, it's gonna stand the test of time. And when you put things like that in a vacuum, right? People say don't generalize, but that's how you prove whether or not something's real, right? If I say if you put all gay people on an island, will they survive? The answer is no. Nope. So if it can't survive in those environments, then it shouldn't survive at all, right? So if it's of the Heavenly Father, it always stands the test of time, always. And this is why you get Esau, right? They have to constantly lie. They have to constantly inundate you with poison. They have to constantly do all of these different things. Give me Psalms 83.
Psalms 83?
Yeah.
The top?